the Mulesoft is integration tool, right? So where we are going to be in middle of our implementation with front end back end customers. These are the front end customers who is going to consume our APIs, and there should be a back end systems which is having a database. So now what we are understanding here is a front end customer is going to hit that Mulesoft, and we are going to get the data from the backend system, whatever they want. If they want a product details, if they want order details, if they want something, we are going to get the data from the backend system. For that, to practice from our end also, we need a database, correct? Without having a database, how do we practice it? For that, we have to install database into your local system, or else we can use online databases, which is a cloud-based databases. Okay, so to practice on a day-to-day basis, you need to have a database in your local system. For that, you can go to Google and type MySQL download, and you can able to download the MySQL. Go to mysql.com and download the database which is fit for your system. So just go to downloads and this one, MySQL community GPU downloads. If you go here, you can able to see that there are a number of databases available. You can go with MySQL community downloads, ME, APT, community cluster, router, shell. This one, MySQL installer for Windows. So just click on this. It will download into your local system. Okay, based on the configurations. Your system is 32-bit with 86 with 2.4 M. Install this downloader with 435.7 M 8025 version. Just click on this download. Okay, and for that it is asking for login for using Oracle web account because it's having its Oracle as a parent for this MySQL. Just log in if you have an account. Otherwise, you have to use a sign up. Okay, do the steps like this. Sign up and you'll be able to download. I too don't have an account, seems to be. If you don't have account, you can go for create account. Once you create account, you just need to provide your username and password. Sign in. It will automatically download into your downloads. Okay. So that's how you need to download the MySQL. After you download the MySQL, okay, it should be stored somewhere into your projects. Sorry, somewhere into downloads. Okay, it looks something like MySQL downloads connect. Sorry, it should not be the MySQL. So go to a folder. I have already installed it. It should be somewhere in my softwares. This one. Once you download, either it should be available with this MSI or you can able to see that this community. Okay, so you just need to extract it, and or else you can double click on this. It will start installation. It will start installation like this, and you just need to click on next to install the MySQL. So why we need MySQL? Because as you know, for practicing in your local system, most of the times we use a database connector. For understanding all the concept from the Mulesoft, how exactly it works, we need some data source. For that reason, we are going to install the database in our local system now. Okay. So database, by using a database install in your local system, we can able to do a number of operations in the Mulesoft, and we can give that response to the client. For practicing in your local system, we are installing this database. So these are the steps we need to follow for installation. Once we do installation, we again need one more editor, which is stored for MySQL. So right now you are seeing, right, this stored for MySQL. So this is used to edit the data which is available in the database. So root at the rate of localhost is my local database, and it has this much data into my system. How this came? It came because I have inserted this many records into my database. Okay. So for understanding and analyzing the data from the backend systems, we have to create our own database and create the tables accordingly. Okay. Once you install the database, please confirm with everyone. And once you guys install by tomorrow, I will try to identify if you are facing any issues, and then we will try to see how to create the tables, how to create column values like this and all. For now, by tomorrow you have to install.
Hari,
Tomorrow you have to install. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, who is this? Gaurav?
where you have taken these tables?
Unmuted.
Sorry,
Hey, can you repeat again? Yeah,
from where
repeat
you
again.
have taken these
Hey, can you
tables?
repeat again? Yeah, repeat again. No,
From
it's
where
our
you
own
have
table.
taken these tables?
No, it's our own table.
Okay,
It's
okay.
a tables. It's our own. We have created it.
It's a
That's
table,
what I'm trying to
it's
say.
our one, we have created it.
By tomorrow, you can install MySQL in your local system, and then we'll see how to create the tables and all. Okay. Don't worry about what is the data you're seeing here. Okay, we'll be going from the beginning. So that is the reason I'm asking you to install MySQL. If you double click, it will start installing in your local system. After that, we need to install one more thing, Toad for MySQL. Or else I will do one thing. I will attach these two files and send it to your organizer. Okay. Your organizer will give you these two files and you can directly install it in your local system. Stored for MySQL you are seeing, right? Just right click on the stored for MySQL and 7-zip extract files and extract all the files. Inside you will see some, okay? Inside, after you extracting, inside you will see some installer. Just double click on that. You will get stored for MySQL like this, what you are seeing in my system. This will appear in your system as well. But it should be without having any data, just a blank code will appear in the system. So this should be an application. Just double click on that. I will provide you these two attachments to you by after completing of the session. Just install these two in your system because for practicing we need to
Harinath,
have a database.
Harinath, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Harinath, I would like to know that are you giving the class as on SQL, or are you giving the class on MuleSoft?
It should be the Mulesoft only. I'm just discussing about the prerequisites to perform some operation from the Mulesoft. I
Okay,
cannot directly jumping. You can directly jumping into Mule, but who is going from where I'm getting the data? I'm getting the data from the database.
okay. So a person
So if you
having no
see,
knowledge of SQL can proceed for MuleSoft as well.
there is nothing required knowledge on the database side. What I'm
Okay,
trying to understand here is when we are practicing from the Mule, you have to install database in your local system to practice it. If I'm directly creating a project here,
okay.
where from I need to get the data? Mulesoft does not contain any data. It only takes the data from the backend systems, either it's a database, either it's a Salesforce, either it's a file system, either it's a SAP system. All are
Okay.
backend system. What
Okay, sir.
MuleSoft is doing, MuleSoft is just gonna be take the data from all the backend systems. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
as this is a first session, I'm just trying to make you understand if you have a database in your local system so that you can able to practice with the data which is available in the database. See, this is the data available. Based on the data available in the database, you can practice all the Mule concepts.
Okay,
All the
okay.
Mule concepts.
Okay, I've
Okay.
joined very
This is
late,
the
so I hope so that I've lost the 10 minutes of the session. So can I continue,
yeah, I
or should I
understand.
have to go? Should I continue, or should I have to re-log in from some other day?
No, no, you have to continue today itself. Why should you log in for other day? It's the first session.
Yeah, because I
Just
lost
explaining.
changes of the class. That what was the process? Which can you repeat once in a short way? That what are the mandatory things and the important things which I can understand by the help of recording.
Yeah, recording will be provided. You can listen it. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what we are
Yes.
discussing
Thank you.
as of now, what we are discussing is just installing the database for practicing in your local system. And by using Mulesoft, we can connect with the database which is installed in your local system, and we can proceed for integration database system with front end. Okay. So we have not discussed anything as of now. I have waited till 8:05 and then just started with 5 minutes session. Okay. So now I'll provide these two files. Okay. So ask your organizer and install these two into your local system. Tomorrow, when you come to the session, make sure that you install these two. And if you face any challenges while you are installing, let me know. Tomorrow session we'll discuss about that. Okay. After you start installation, completing the installation, now you can able to practice it from the MuleSoft. For that, this is a MuleSoft Anypoint Studio. Every project we create, we have to create from the studio. Okay, just like by clicking on the Create Mule project, we will start creating the project. Where from I get the studio? I have to get the studio from internet only. So you have to go to you know anypointplatform.mulesoft.com. So anypointplatform.mulesoft.com. If you click anypointplatform.mulesoft.com, okay, it will give a MuleSoft login page where you can create an account. It's valid for 30 days. So MuleSoft will also provide a cloud platform. This is a cloud platform. We call it as a cloud platform because it is accessed via internet. Okay. So I recommend you to go to anypoint.mulesoft.com and click on sign up. So once you click on sign up, you will get your name, give a full name with so and so, space, so and so, full name, and then email address, phone number, company name. It's not mandatory. Company name is you can give anything. Okay, it just give something with practice support or something like that, and give your own username and password, and click I am not the robot. Agree, accept, and create an account. If you accept and create an account, you have to remember your username and password. Okay, as soon as you accept and create account, you will get a login page. So I already have an account. Just provide your username and password which you have given. Sign in. As soon as you sign in, you will be logged in into cloud account which is provided by Mulesoft. Okay, so as soon as you log in, you will be launching into this landing page with Anypoint platform. This is the login page, starting page of your application. So what we did as of now, We have created an account for AnyPoint platform. AnyPoint platform is a cloud-based account provided by a Mulesoft for having n number of operations. Whatever the options you are seeing has its own importance in the real time. We'll slowly learn one by one, not all at a time. Okay, this design center is for one purpose, exchange is for one purpose, access management, API manager, runtime manager, visualizer, monitoring, secret manager. All these are different options available from the cloud, and we can understand and learn it in the slowly manner. So for now, what we are understanding, we are trying to download the studio. For downloading the studio, you don't need to go and try with the different options. As soon as you log into your account, it's my account. Whatever the company name you will give, that company name will appear here. Whatever the name I have given, it should be appearing here like this. Okay, my name is Harinath with R as a second name. Okay, so now you come to here and start clicking on the download. Okay, you need AnyPoint Studio for practicing the project. This project needs to be created, right? So how do we create the projects from AnyPoint Studio? We have to download it first. So download. As soon as you click on the download, it says that it's a 30 download 30-day free trial, but it's not a 30 days free trial. It is telling that 30 days is valid this account. If this account will expire, again we can create this account n number of times. Okay, but don't worry about that. Within the sessions we'll be discussing about that. But as soon as you click on AnyPoint Studio download, it is telling to select what operating system. Mine is Windows. And what is a job title? Just asking for some title. I can give it to developer. Okay, agree and start download. If you click on start download, it will start downloading into your system. Okay, and that's where you can download it, and it will be available under draw. It will be available into your downloads. Once you complete it, it will comes into your downloads. Okay, after you download your AnyPoint Studio, it will be coming as this folder. See, AnyPoint Studio 7.6.0 with so and so, so and so. After you download, you will be seeing a folder like this. What you have to do is you just need to right click and extract all to some location where you want to install it. You can install it to any location. So you can browse and check it in the C, or you can go to the F folder and you can select the folder and extract it. Okay. As soon as you extract it, all the files will be extracted into AnyPoint Studio folder. So if you just click on extract, the whole package will be extracted to F folder. Okay. Once it is extracted, you can able to see an icon with AnyPoint Studio like this with AnyPoint Studio. If you go inside, there should be an icon called AnyPoint Studio. So this should be an AnyPoint Studio icon. If you double click on that AnyPoint Studio icon, you will be able to get this screen. Okay, so that's how we need to install AnyPoint Studio, and these are the steps we need to follow. Got it? Any questions here? Please ask any question in between also. You don't wait till end of the session or somewhere, because we might forget all the time if you are keeping questions in the mind. Don't have any questions as of now? Please open your mouse and interact with me. You get more understanding of the concepts. So this is the prerequisites which we have to do by tomorrow's session, so that you can also practice along with me on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so now we have completed installing of AnyPoint Studio. How to install it? So just by going into your AnyPoint platform account, you can start installing the AnyPoint Studio just by clicking on the download. from the Anypoint Studio. Okay, so after that we need to have one more called Postman. So why do we need Postman? Okay, so let me create notes for us. I'll be providing one MySQL need to download or ask your organizer to share it. Second, code for MySQL, ask your to share it. Third one, download Anypoint Studio from Anypoint platform. What is Anypoint platform? We just logged in, right? This is Anypoint platform. And go and download it. Okay? These are the three actions you have to do. And then Postman. To test the Mule API. So why do we need Postman is when in the real time we don't have a front-end system when we are developing an application. So let's go to flipkart.com or amazon.com. So when you are trying to hit some products, if you just go to some grocery, okay, so it's asking for pin code. Okay, so if you go to the products with groceries, so by default you are getting with some options, right? How these are options coming? This is a front end. You are using front end, and now you are going to connect with the Mule API. From front end to Mule API, you are going to connect. So this is the front end. As soon as you click on add item, from the flipkart.com, the request will come to the Mulesoft for processing. In this case, we have flipkart.com as a front end. But when you are developing the Mule application, you don't have the front end because the front end might not be decided or they are also developing. We cannot directly give it to the development time itself. We cannot use the front end, right? We have to use Postman for testing. As a developer, you start developing the project, but how do I test it in my system? By using Postman. For testing your applications, we need a Postman. So you have to go to Google and you can download the Postman as well. Download Postman, try for free. Okay, so go here and download the Postman according to the web. Postman on the web. No, not Postman on the web. You have to use download the app. Okay, download the app for Windows 64-bit. And if your system is Windows 32-bit, download the app for Windows 32-bit. So just select that and it will automatically start downloading into your local system. Okay. Once it is downloaded, just double click on it and extract it. It will be opened in your system. Any questions? Everything we are
Sorry, I have
discussing
a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're saying we use the Postman for testing purpose, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying there is no application that we can test in the front end, so that's why we use the Postman, correct?
Correct. When you are
So
developing the project in your local system, there should be no front-end system to test it your application, how exactly it is getting the data.
is this
That
applied?
reason what we do, yeah.
Will this apply for
Correct.
all the, I mean, like every project? I don't think so, right? Or what if they have a
It should
local
be for,
application?
as a developer, when you are developing an application, any project, any person has to use only this Postman for connecting to the backend system.
Okay.
If you go to the real time also, you have to use Postman only. Whatever the items I am showing you, the same things we use in the real time. So don't feel that it is only for my demo purpose or something which I'm giving training, that time I'm using it.
Okay.
Okay, it has to be used in the real time. Even if you go to a
Okay.
project, first thing you do is you install Postman only to test any service. Because
Okay.
the project which you are developing is running in your local laptop or local
Mm.
system, correct?
Mm.
You cannot
Correct.
have a UI to test it. So that is the reason we test it
Mm.
with a Postman.
Okay.
99% of the projects are using Postman. It's not only the Mule project, it's a Java project, it's a Python project, it's something web services project, microservices. Everywhere we have to use only Postman. Okay, we
Okay.
have another options also. Like Postman, we have ARC, we have SOAP UI. These are the alternatives, just like, different channels were providing the same type of services. But 90%
Yeah.
of the people use Postman, which is most widely used.
Yeah, it is something like
Okay, so
the
now
Sophia service.
can you repeat again? Your voice is a bit low.
It is it is same like SOAP UI, right? We get a response
Correct,
service. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
correct.
Okay.
So just click on the send is equal to someone is hitting the service. Just like
Yeah.
from the Flipkart, if you click on order, if you click on order a product, it should be some send request. As soon as we
Mm.
receive the request, we'll get some response. See, this so and so
Yeah.
response back to the client. This
Okay.
is the request you are sending, and this is the response you are getting from the service. Because in the Mulesoft, we are developing a web services. Okay, all our web
Okay.
services we are developing. As we already know that this Mulesoft is providing different layers here: system API, process API, and experience API. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
next
Thank you.
topic actually. How? Yeah, go ahead, no problem. So for now, make sure that you follow the instructions and install these things in your local system, and let me know tomorrow if you face any challenges, because first couple of days you might feel challenging to understand the new technology, right? Don't be scared because you are learning something new, right? You just need to keep more attention so that you can get understand about that knowledge, like technology very fast. Why? Because I'm asking, stressing to install, because if you don't install, ultimately what I'm doing you don't understand. Correct. So if you install in your local system and you are following me, like I'm clicking on Mule create project and you are also clicking on your local system after completing of the session, you can able to understand, oh, this is how Harnath is doing. Okay, fine. If you don't practice it, we might feel something like, where from I got this option. I don't know. I am not understanding what he is doing from any pan studio, because I used to navigate to different places when I'm doing a development. So that time you feel very difficulty if you don't have in your local system. If you are making your hands dirty when you are practicing only, it will happen. Yeah, otherwise it's very hard. Okay? Install all these things and let me know tomorrow when if you face any challenges. So that's the prerequisites which you need for installation. Okay. And also I forgot to mention one thing. So it should be before that you create an account. Third point. Create create any one platform. Anyone platform account is this account. Okay, don't worry, it's not something new. This is the account. Okay, create first Anypoint platform account and then download the studio. This Anypoint platform account, by using this, we do the deployments in the Anypoint platform. Whatever you develop is a local, which is completely for your local system. But when you deploy your project into this runtime manager, that should be equal to a real-time project deployed into a server. Okay. Whatever the options you are seeing here, if you get a job and if you are placed into a company, you will also see the same options in the real time. This is equal to the same operations we do in the real time. Whatever I'm teaching here now, you will also do the same operations when you go to a company. It's not nothing that you are learning something different, and if you go to the real time, you will do something else. Whatever you are learning here, the same operations you are going to do in the real time as soon as you get the job from the day one itself. Okay. So now let's jumping into one topics, at least to make you understand, what exactly the Mulesoft is and what is it you're going to be received and all. So let's make, okay, I'll be pulling one document to make you understand, concepts.
Hey Hari, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said the Postman helps us with the end-to-end test, right? So, like for example, like you said, if we send response to the web server and we get response back, right?
Correct.
So does the Postman collects data or track any data?
Correct. No. It won't collect any data. It will give the response data. So now this is a web service. So you are trying to call one web service called, this is a web service. It's a real-time web service. So if you see the web service, you are calling with some URL. It is deployed into some host, and then this is the base path, and then you are calling with get customer by ID, and you are trying to fetch a customer ID details for customer ID is equal to 8. Okay. So this is a service. And if I click send, I have to receive a response for the customer ID is equal to 8. Okay, let's click send. So the web service we are hitting. By developing Mules, by using Mulesoft also, we are going to develop the same type of services. Okay. But this time we get an error because the server might be down. I'm just using some temp URL here, right? So, but the response, whatever you see is equal to the, it's taking too much time because I have stopped my AWS server. This application is deployed into AWS, so that's for that reason you are getting that. So let's go to some another operation which might have the response. Yeah, see here. So it's something else with the same. You are trying to hit them request and you got some response back. See, body with 200 is a success, and it contains a body with some response. For every request, there should be some response. Okay, so now we are clicking send in the sense it will give some response. See, now as soon as we click on this batch and send, we got some response which is returned by that service that we are going to be tested by using Postman. And right now you are looking the data from the Postman. Once your application is deployed and consumed by the front-end application, this response will go to the front-end user, just like Flipkart using some responses and it is displaying in the front end, right? Similarly, you will send this response to the web front end application, and the front end people will use this response and they will make it graphically tables with a number of concepts available from their end to show to the client how exactly the data looks from the front end side. But front end team will receive the response like this in the JSON format, but they make it as effective to applying images, everything. Okay.
Okay.
That's a process it. So this is just for getting the response. And if you are getting this response success as expected by the client, that's where we feel our development is success. If you are not getting, and if you are getting some other data than the expected value, then we can say that the expected result is not coming. There is something wrong in the development. As a developer, Always we test it with the respective path by providing a path and clicking and send with the respect to body. All these things we'll discuss it. Okay, don't worry about that if you are someone is new to the Postman. But the response is always used as a final response to the front end team or consumer who is going to be consume your API. Okay.
So basically,
Let's jump.
basically,
Go ahead.
Postman will not track any of data, but it will track the number of requests made.
Correct.
Okay.
So all the requests what you are doing is day-to-day basis. See if you hear how many times I'm hitting this Postman. It's all history.
Right.
It knows it's all a collection of Postman which you can use day-to-day basis. You practice all things you can see it to the left-hand side. If I want to fit the same service, I can directly click on this and it will go and it will give the response. If I click send, it will gonna be respond back with something. See? And this time we got an error because the service is not up. 404 not found. The requested resource could not be found. But you got some response, see? Body, some status.
Right.
This is for testing purpose. Okay. And every day we use this Postman. Whenever you are developing an application, always you have to test how it is working. So for that reason, we use a Postman.
Yeah. Thanks.
So so just wanted to give the background how exactly the Mulesoft and what is the ESB and all. We'll see it today theoretically. Once you guys install any Point Studio, then we can go for practicals with project creation along with you also doing the practicals. Most of the 90% of our course is the practical scenarios. Only 10% I will be discussing with theoretical concepts. Okay. Whatever the theoretical concept I am discussing, I will just open the document. I will read out and I will just make you understand that theory and we'll go for a direct project with implementation. 90% I am spending on the implementation. Only 10% I will be spending on the practical, no theoretical. And the document whichever I am opening, I will be sharing with you guys on a day-to-day basis along with the project jar files as well. So that you can also practice from your end and you can also learn the theory part wherever it is required from your end as well. So we don't waste our time with learning theory. We always go with the practical. Today we just understand what is real and then we can able to understand how exactly we can start with implementation. So MuleSoft is one of the ESB tool. What is ESB? ESB is an enterprise service bus. We call ESB as an enterprise service bus. If you are learning a MuleSoft, under which category it will come? Someone asks you that. What is the platform you are learning? I'm learning ESB platform. ESB means there are n number of ESBs available in the market. Okay, n number of. If you come to this ESB, MuleSoft is one of the ESB. There is a Red Hat, there is an IBM Airspace, there is Oracle, there is Microsoft, there is SO2, TIBCO. Similar to the MuleSoft, there are n number of ESB tools available in the market. Okay, MuleSoft is one of the ESB tool. Okay, so here someone is learning Java, someone is learning Python. Those will be coming under programming languages. Okay, Java is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Similarly, MuleSoft is a ESB. Okay, just trying to relate the things. Okay, ESB means Enterprise Service Bus. Enterprise Service Bus means mediator. It's a mediator. If you see this image, it's a mediator. MuleSoft is a mediator between front end and back end. Okay, whatever we do here is a mediator job, and we are taking the request, collecting the data from the backend system and sending back. In MuleSoft, we won't store any data. There is no point of storing any data. We just act as a mediator, get the data, take the data, send it to the customer. Get the request, go to the database, get the data, and send it to the customer. Get the data, insert the data into database and confirm to the customer. Get the data, modify some data from the database with a new telephone number or new email ID or something which is required for the customer, and send a response saying that customer data modified successfully. But nowhere you store the data in the Mulesoft. It's a mediator, just a mediator. Okay, ESB means a middle layer. To understand the ESB structure, just try to understand this architecture. Okay, there are n number of applications who are going to get the data from some backend systems. SOAP is a web services, WS is a web services, this is a JMS or XMS queue. So understand this as a backend system, just like database. Here we can also include database. We can also include SAP. We can also include Salesforce. All those things will be coming under the backend systems. What exactly the ESB is doing? Okay, this is just about ESB overview, not the Mulesoft. Okay, just ESB in terms of what enterprise service bus do is. Enterprise service bus is a middle layer. See, if you see here, it is middle between the front end applications and the back end systems. Okay, just 1 minute. So, what is ESB? Okay, in terms of understanding MuleSoft, just before that, we are just trying to understand what is ESB. ESB is an enterprise service bus, is a software architecture model used for designing and implementing a communication between mutually interacting software applications in a service-oriented architecture. It's a definition for ESB. Okay, so if you observe here, so let's go for a new image. So what is ESB doing? To understand the theory, ESB is a software architecture model. Okay, it should be a software architecture model which is communicating between mutually interacting software applications in a service-oriented architecture. Service-oriented architecture means it has been exposed to outside to consume the data. So here the database is a service-oriented architecture. Database is having a service-oriented architecture which is exposing the data back to the clients. What exactly the ESBs are doing is it is acting as a middle layer between the front-end systems and the back-end systems. Okay, mutually interacting between all these applications and getting the response back to the clients. Okay, these ESBs are doing the same action irrespective of you are doing it in the Mulesoft or TIBCO or WSO2 or Oracle JBoss or anything. Okay, we'll try to understand what are the competitors, and on top of that, we try to understand why we need Mulesoft. So what is the advantage or key characteristics of ESB? It streamlines the development. Streamlines means if there are n number of applications are available, it will streamlines into one single application. Supports multiple binding strategies, perform data transformation from one format to another format. Okay, it will intelligently route the messages. It will have a real-time monitoring, exception handling, service security. All these are part of the ESB characteristics. And we'll be understanding these characteristics on a day-to-day basis when you are developing applications. Okay. And what are the different types of ESB tools we have in the market? Yes, there are a number of, and out of which Mulesoft is one of the ESB tool. And now go to what is Mulesoft. What is Mule ESB? Mule is an ESB, and now we are learning Mule ESB. Mule ESB is a lightweight Java-based enterprise service bus and integration platform that allows developers to connect applications together quickly and easily, enable them to exchange the data. This architecture, whatever we are using, is also working for Mule ESB. So now it will become a Mule ESB because you are using Mule as a ESB. What exactly Mule will do? It will take the request same way, it will connect with the backend system, and it is going to be respond back to the client. Okay, so it's an integration platform that allows developers to connect applications together. What applications together? Database application, it should be a Salesforce application, it should be a SAP application, it should be a file based application. All these are integrated to the MuleSoft to give the response back to the client in a very quick manner. Okay, it's whatever the response you get is just in a fraction of seconds. You just need to go and click, you'll get the response. Okay, so that's the purpose we use the MuleSoft. Okay, so Mule ESB is a open source, and why is a open source? Anyone can download and anyone can practice and anyone can develop the application and anyone can deploy it into any server. It's a open source. When you're trying to practice something with MuleSoft, you don't need to have any subscription or anything. It can be vendor independent. You just download it. It can be work for a number of years without asking any license. At enterprise level, people will purchase the subscription because they want servers. They want some support from the MuleSoft. They are maintaining huge applications, right? They are going to be deploy all those applications into servers. For that reason, we need subscription, enterprise level. When you are practicing or when you are doing anything, you don't require anything. You don't need to pay a single rupee for learning the MuleSoft. In terms of downloading the ESB tools, downloading the runtime manager, all those things are free for a developer who is going to be learn the things. But companies will always pay for the services. What are the advantages? The MuleSoft is open source and best out of all the rest open sources and ISBs which are provided in the market, which is a vendor independency. It has a vendor. It won't have a vendor dependency. It's an independent. So there is no one going to be monitor what you are going to do with my Mule ESB. Because after you download, it's completely is your own. It will support without even having an internet. And you can develop n number of applications. And you can deploy it anywhere in the server. So that is the reason it's the most widely used ESB tool. And let's go to Mule ESB overview. So just like we saw here in the screenshot, similarly, how exactly MuleSoft has see here. By using MuleSoft as a middle layer, we are going to connect with the n number of front-end systems which are going see here. RESTful web services from the laptop who is trying to access some portals from emails, web services from the Google platform cloud, Amazon web services, Salesforce, all are going to take the data from the MuleSoft. Where MuleSoft is going to take the data back? MuleSoft is connecting with the all backend system like JDBC, JMS, IBM, SAP, Oracle, some custom applications, some file system. All these are backend systems. We are taking the data from all these backend systems and sending to the clients whoever require the data. For that purpose, we are developing a application. Now we are developing an application to integrate with the database. So that is the reason we are going to install the database to integrate your database data to some front-end applications. In the real time, all these are currently existing systems. But when you are practicing, you have to set up some database at least for practicing from the local system. Because MuleSoft does not contain any direct data, right? So it has to be taken data from some backend system. So that is the reason we need to install the JDBC database. JDBC means it's a database only, okay? And this is how a high-level architecture looks in terms of MuleSoft, what exactly it is doing. MuleSoft is doing connection between backend and front-end applications. Based on the client request, we are going to develop an application to get the response back. What is the difference between Mule ESB and other ESB tools? Why do I learn MuleSoft other than any other ESB. There are a number of ESBs available. You are only saying that, and why do I need to learn Mulesoft? Mulesoft has many advantages compared to the other ESB tools. Nowadays, Mulesoft is most popular is because it has a complete API lifecycle with cloud infrastructure. Whatever you are seeing here is a cloud infrastructure. We call this as a cloud infrastructure. MuleSoft is providing designing an API by Design Center. MuleSoft is providing Exchange for maintaining all the assets. MuleSoft is providing access management for providing access to the number of customers. API manager for managing your API. Runtime manager for deployment. Visualizer to understand where the request is going. Monitoring is used for verifying the logs and application status. Secret manager is used for storing some sensitive data. See, there are a number of options provided by the endpoint platform. These many options are not provided by any other ESB tools. And all these options are at one place. Deployment at one place, managing at one place, monitoring also at one place. You can just need to click on this and you can see that what are the applications deployed into your server. It's just one step activity where you can see all the deployed applications where exactly it is running. Okay, so that's just these are all the best advantages of using MuleSoft. So which results MuleSoft is one of the leading integration tool in the market, and MuleSoft is also acquired by the Salesforce. Now the Salesforce is a parent company for MuleSoft. Okay, see all the applications which are running in my runtime manager is able to see here. Whatever the applications you are seeing in the real time also you see like this only. We are going to develop an applications which are equal to the real time applications. And as soon as we complete the training, you will be able to understand in a way that as soon as you go to a project, a real time project also, you can able to understand, oh, this is that, okay, this is this, and I already know this concept. Okay, that's how we can able to learn the things here. Okay, so now if you come to the ESB tools, what is the advantages we are discussing? And Mule ESB is a complete integration platform and enables Mule to address non-functional requirements such as reliability, high availability, scalability, and enterprise security. By using this Mule Anypoint platform, we can achieve all these options. Availability, scalability, all these are belongs to these non-functional requirements, which you can do it by using Anypoint platform. By making the policies applying, you can make your application secure. By deploying applications and making some alerts, you can make sure that your application has to be monitored all the time. All such functionalities are available in the MuleSoft, which makes one of the leading integration tool. Easy to learn MuleSoft. It's very very easy to learn. You don't need to spend much time to learn the MuleSoft. Is because all are drag and drop functionality. You just need to drag and drop it into the canvas so that the application will be automatically created. This is easy functionality with data mapping, easy to learn by providing drag and drop functionality. Mule provides an intensive visual development. If you go and see any project which are developed, it's visually you can see that. Okay, visually in the sense whatever the icons you are seeing, you can just see the icons and you can able to understand what is the operation it is doing just by looking at the images. Okay, just by looking at the image itself, you can able to analyze what operation we are doing. So that is the reason we can say that it's visually very helpful to understand what we are doing in the development. Okay, so MuleSoft's Anypoint technology. Mule has an instant API connectivity to hundreds of the most popular on-premises and cloud-based applications and services. These connectors also integrate interfaces such as SAP systems, currently existing TIBCO services, Oracle. Okay, by using MuleSoft, we can able to connect with a number of backend systems, always as well as an applications, CRM tools. There are n number of connectors available. If you want to do an integration with a database, there is a database connector. If you want to integrate with some PayPal service, we have PayPal connector. SAP connector. TIBCO connector. Salesforce connector. MuleSoft has been provided hundreds and hundreds of connectors for our day-to-day usage. By using all those connectors, we can simply develop the application without having code writing. We don't need to write any code. We just need to drag and drop it. So that's pretty much about introduction about what exactly the MuleSoft and advantages, what are the different competitors available, and what exactly the role of MuleSoft in the real time. Any questions as of now? You can ask me. Please ask me any questions if you have. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, just follow the steps what I have suggested here, and these two items I will send it to you. That means you can check your organizer. Your organizer is going to share all these documents along with the daily notes. Okay. Any questions, Gaurav?
Hari, can I use MySQL Workbench?
You can also use it. Is it working in your system?
Yeah, it's working my system. Also, apart from
Yeah,
this,
you can use it.
I am using MySQL version 5.6. So is it okay also?
It's okay. You have all the connection details to connect with the database, right? Just like
Yeah.
when you are connecting with any system, you have your connection details. So just like clicking
Yeah.
on the new connection, you'll be getting a host, username, password. If you have all these connection details, you can connect with any system. You don't need to. There is no restriction that what backend database you are using.
Okay, and for now, I have created a new database named Mule. Okay, but I didn't have any tables. So you will share the tables dump forward.
No, no, no. I will not share the table dumps. We will parallelly create the tables. In the next session, when I am practicing, okay, we will use on table, and that table you can use it. On day-to-day basis, I have inserted it. I have not dumped any data here. First day, we will create the table. Second day, we will insert the data into table by using MuleSoft. We will not use the database for insertion. We will use MuleSoft. How exactly we do insertion by using MuleSoft? We'll do that. Okay. That way,
Okay.
these databases are built parallelly. Okay. So we'll also do the same way. So you can practice and insert the data. That way we do. Don't need to dump any data. If you dump the data, you end up, you face challenges, what data you are getting, and you miss some
Hmm.
logic actually if you're dumping the data. Parallelly, we'll
Okay.
create the table and we'll start inserting the data from a MuleSoft.
Okay. Thanks, Hari. That's it.
Yeah, you're welcome, Gaurav. So I'm actually requesting you guys, please install these things because everyone will feel difficulty if you don't practice it. Don't judge, just by looking at something. Don't judge it's difficult or easy. Everything has some advantages and disadvantages. Right? If you don't practice, you will not get it. That's what I'm trying to say. On a day-to-day basis, if you follow me, whatever I'm telling you guys, if you do the same thing within 30 days, you will be getting an experience like 6 to 8 months. If you are practicing along with me, and if whatever the topics I'm telling, you will get an experience in equal to a 6 months to 8 months experience in the real time. That is more than enough to crack the job as well as sustain in the job. But you have to do the parallel practice along with me. I am having a daily 1 hour session. If you practice for 4 hours daily for 30 days, whatever the topics we discussed, you will be an expert within 30 days. But if you skip practicing on a day-to-day basis, that should be a problem where you feel that it's a difficult. Got it? We are providing on a day-to-day basis the recording. If you stuck anywhere, go back to the recording and verify that what I am doing, and you can get the solution. Practice it on a day-to-day basis. You will be an expert within 1 month, which means within 30 days. Okay. All the best, guys. Keep learning. Okay. Nowadays we are having more openings in the MuleSoft. Okay, because Salesforce has been acquired by the Mulesoft, and Salesforce has a good marketing tactics because already it is having 70% of market worldwide, and they are exposing the Mulesoft product in a very good way. If you see that drastically, 200% of opportunities has been increased in the last 1 year. Last year the openings are 100, now it's 1,000, 2,000 openings are there in the market. Now in US the openings are drastically increased. Okay, the upcoming days, all the openings which are happened in the US will be coming to the outsourcing countries like India, Philippines, and all. Because when they start building the projects, we get more opportunities for offshores. Because parallelly they create offshore teams for implementations. Okay, this is the right time. Okay, please go ahead and learning the things and follow the instructions what I am doing on a day-to-day basis. That's more than enough to sustain in the real-time projects. Thank you very much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at same time. I'm expecting you guys to follow these instructions and install the things by tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.